I installed one device and my family stopped worrying. The screen lit up at 2:30 in the morning, her daughter's name glowing in the dark. Sarah stared at the ceiling, wondering if she should answer. 3 calls this week. Always the same question. Mom, are you okay? She was 71 and living alone in the house where she'd raised 2 kids. The same creaking floors, the same view of the maple tree out back. Everything familiar. Everything hers. But her children saw something different. They saw risk in every corner. Stairs, medication schedules, the stove left on, a fall in the bathroom. I'm fine, she'd tell them. And she was. Mostly, still, doubt had started creeping in. Not about her ability, but about their peace of mind. And if she was honest, sometimes hers too. What do you do when independence starts feeling like a burden to the people you love? She didn't want cameras watching her every move. Didn't want someone monitoring her like a patient. The conversation about options, assisted living, moving in with family, hung in the air during every visit. Unspoken but present. Sarah knew what she wanted, to stay exactly where she was, but she also knew the worry was real. Then her neighbor mentioned something over coffee. One small device, nothing invasive, just a quiet system that notices patterns. At first, Sarah dismissed it. Another gadget, another thing to learn. Another reminder that she wasn't young anymore. But what happened next shifted everything. The device arrived in a simple box. Setup took less than 10 minutes. No cameras, no microphones, listening to conversations, just motion sensors, subtle, unobtrusive, placed in a few key rooms. The technology was surprisingly elegant. It learned her routines. Morning coffee at 7. Evening news at 6. The rhythm of her daily life, mapped not to surveil, but to understand normalcy. If something unusual happened, if she didn't move through her regular pattern, it would quietly alert her daughter. Not with alarms or panic, but with a gentle notification. Activity seems different today. Might want to check in. She tested it the first week, deliberately staying in bed late one Saturday. Within an hour, her phone buzzed. Her son, calling to chat, casual, no emergency tone. Just, hey mom, thinking about you. Everything good. He didn't mention the alert. She didn't mention the test, but she understood. The system worked. Research from MIT's Age Lab revealed something fascinating about aging in place. The biggest barrier isn't physical capability, it's family anxiety. When adult children feel informed without being intrusive, seniors maintain independence an average of 3 to 4 years longer. The data mattered less than what Sarah felt. Relief. For the first time in months, her daughter stopped calling at odd hours. The tension during visits softened. Conversations shifted from concern to connection. I didn't realize how much their worry was weighing on me, Sarah said one afternoon, standing in her kitchen, the same light, but something about the moment felt different. Maybe freedom wasn't about proving she could do everything alone. Maybe it was about finding the right balance between independence and reassurance. The system became invisible within weeks. She forgot it was there most days. But her family didn't forget the peace it gave them. Her daughter later admitted something. I wasn't sleeping, Mom. Every night I'd wonder. Not because I didn't trust you, because I love you, and I couldn't be there. That honesty broke something open. This wasn't about control, it was about care. Smart home monitoring for seniors has evolved far beyond the clunky medical alert systems of the past. Modern ambient monitoring doesn't require wearables, buttons, or cameras. It simply observes patterns. When lights turn on, when doors open, when someone moves through their space. Deviations trigger alerts. But normalcy stays private. Sarah's system integrated with her existing routines. Voice commands for lights, helpful on nights when her knees ached. A smart thermostat that adjusted automatically, small conveniences that didn't announce themselves but quietly made life easier. She smiled, realizing independence didn't mean doing everything alone. It meant having support that respected her autonomy. But there was a moment of doubt. 3 months in, the system sent an alert. Sarah had been gardening all afternoon, lost in the quiet rhythm of pulling weeds and trimming roses. She'd stayed outside longer than usual. Her son called, concerned. For a flash, she felt watched, monitored, reduced to data points. They talked it through, adjusted the settings, added an override option for days when she knew she'd be outside or away longer. The technology adapted. Because good systems don't impose, they respond. Part of her had wondered if accepting help meant surrendering independence, but slowly, she saw it differently. Aging isn't about rejecting change. It's about choosing which changes serve you. Stanford researchers found that seniors who adopt thoughtful smart home technology report higher life satisfaction scores, not because the tech makes them younger, but because it removes friction from daily living and reduces family conflict. The emotional cost of constant worry, on both sides, is higher than most people realize. Sarah's mornings became hers again. No more defensive phone calls. No more proving she was fine. She could simply be, and her family. They stopped seeing her home as a risk and started seeing it as what it always was, her sanctuary. One evening, her grandson visited. He noticed a small sensor on the living room bookshelf. "What's that, Grandma?" "Just a little helper," she said, "so your mom doesn't worry." He nodded, wise beyond his years. Cool, it was that simple. What surprised Sarah most wasn't just how the monitoring system made life easier. It was how it gave her back a sense of control. Not control over her family's emotions, but over the narrative of her own life. She didn't expect such a clear shift in daily comfort. She tested it quietly, and over time, she noticed the difference wasn't small. Mornings felt lighter, evenings calmer. This isn't a promotion, just sharing something that truly worked for her. She'd leave the information with anyone who asked, because she understood. Sometimes the smallest changes create the most space. The technology itself mattered less than what it represented, a bridge between generations. A way to say, I hear your love, and I'm not fighting it. Systems like these, ambient monitoring devices, voice-activated assistants, smart sensors aren't about surveillance. They're about creating a safety net that doesn't feel like a cage. For families navigating the delicate balance between concern and respect, the right technology becomes a translator. It turns worry into information into peace. But choosing the right system matters. Sarah learned to ask the right questions. Does it require wearables? Can I customize alerts? Is my privacy protected? Does it integrate with devices I already use? The answers shaped her experience. Some systems rely on cameras, which many seniors find invasive. Others use floor sensors that detect falls. Sarah's used motion and environmental patterns. Less intrusive, equally effective. The key was finding technology that matched her values, not someone else's vision of what she needed. Somewhere between new routines and old habits, she found ease again, not the kind she once had, but the kind that fits who she is now. Her daughter visited one Sunday afternoon. They sat in the backyard, watching the maple tree sway. I'm sorry I made you worry, Sarah said. Her daughter shook her head. You didn't make me worry. I just love you. I know, and I love you enough to let you care, the right way. That conversation, quiet and unhurried, mattered more than any device ever could. But the device made the conversation possible. Technology, at its best, doesn't replace human connection. It protects the space where connection happens. Sarah poured her coffee the next morning, the light hitting the oak floors just so. Same kitchen, same quiet. But something about the day felt different. Not because the room had changed, because she'd stopped seeing her home as a battleground between independence and safety. Now it was simply home, with a little help in the background, barely noticed but deeply felt. Her phone buzzed. A text from her son, "Love you, Mom," she smiled. Typed back, "Love you too." No alerts, no emergency, just connection. And that, she realized, was the whole point. Important disclaimer. The content shared here is for educational and informational purposes only. It does not constitute medical, financial, or professional advice, and should not be used as a substitute for guidance from qualified professionals. All decisions made based on this content are the sole responsibility of the individual. When considering any smart home system, consult with family members, review privacy policies carefully, and choose solutions that align with your specific needs and values. What part of this story spoke to you most, and where are you watching from? Tell us which city or country you're watching from. See you in the next video.